So now in recent videos, we've been looking at the color code. This isn't a series or anything. I'm just kind of doing random color code topics as I think of them. But in any case, we have 100 ohms. You can see 1, 0. That's a common way for resistor values to start, with a 1, and then there's zeros after. Or it might be 0.1 ohms of resistance as well. But in any case, it'll start with 1, 0, and then 0 if you're using these blue ones, and then you got the multiplier right there. Black means no more zeros, so 100 right there. If it's brown, that means there's an extra 0 at the end, 1000, and then again if it's red for the multiplier there, that's 2 more zeros, or you could think of it as times 100. But any case, there you can see what we have here is a resistor that has the brown, black, there we go. And this is the multiplier. You put that to the right. That means it could be 1% higher or lower than its rated value. And they're saying, it's pretty accurate to its value. These are cheap resistors. They may not actually be 1%, maybe closer to 2 sometimes. But in any case, and colors show up in person more than what the camera's picking up. But yeah, we got a brown there. And yes, sometimes it's confusing which side is the multiplier if it's brown on both sides. But 0, 0. Now we got orange. So orange is 3. That means 3 more zeros. So that's how I know this is a 100,000 ohm resistor. Of course, I didn't have to read the color code. I grabbed it out of this package right here. It says 100K right on it, and they have the orange band. Now, like I said before, a common value that I use is 10,000 ohms. I also use 1,000, probably even more often. But in any case, there's a good chance if I have a 10,000 ohm resistor on the board off to the side or something, and I've been using 100,000 ohm resistors, I'll accidentally put the 10K resistor into the bag. So one of the things I do is when I pull a resistor out of the bag, I double check that the color codes line up. If I see there's actually a red band instead of an orange band, I know that I grabbed the wrong resistor. So we will come over here and look at this for people that are really new to the color code. You have a digit followed by another digit, and that's where it ends for that if you're using one of the beige ones. But I don't really see these anymore. So, they're still out there. But the blue ones are far more common. So we're just going to stick with this one. But we have a third digit, if you have that blue one, before you come to the multiplier. And again, black means times 1, brown means times 10, and so on. But it's simpler for me just to say no more zeros, 1 0, 2 zeros, as I said before. So that's the way it works with the multiplier. You can, so that's tolerance there. There's also silver and gold for less than times 1. So times 0.1, where you get a tenth of the value that you see there, or I can't remember if it's silver or gold. And there's also 0.01%, which means that the decimal point would fall right at this point right there with whatever value you see right there. Hopefully that makes sense. But don't worry, that's kind of rare. And if you have those, again, their values will be written on the baggie. So, they come up so rarely that it's really not worth devoting a lot of time. So yeah, we got that orange band right there. What that's letting you know is whatever value this is, if it's a blue resistor, is in the hundreds of thousands of ohms. So I mentioned this before. If you have an E3 series kit, there's only going to be 3 main values right here, where the digits, the first 2 digits. If it's E3, they're all going to begin with 1 and 0, 2 and 2, or 4 and 7. So that's probably like the 3 values the first major manufacturer made or whatever. They don't make unlimited. So we got 4, 7 right there. And again, I know the color is not showing up greatly. You can see it better in person. But there we go. We got the yellow and violet, as I mentioned in an earlier video, and that is orange, not brown. I think these are, like a darker orange. But in any case, I can see there's orange. So, once you know, I'm a little familiar. I've been working with 100,000 ohms or something. It's really easy for me to tell. This is in the hundreds of thousands of range. And I use 4.7 a lot, especially when I was working with 9 volts. I used a 470 ohm resistor to protect LEDs from 9 volts. And so I can recognize yellow, violet is 4.7 really easily. And right at this moment, I know also orange means it's in the hundreds of thousands of ohms. So 470,000 ohms. Of course, I'll just grab it out of the baggie and make sure the color lines up with that one in case I accidentally put the wrong one in there. And also it's good to memorize the color code because maybe the manufacturer screwed up and wrote the wrong value right there. So, you know, again, there we go. That one's showing up pretty good. We got brown, green, so that's 1.5, and I think I just plucked this one out, but I've been using I think, yeah, 1,500 ohms. So that was brown, green, black, and then brown for one more zero. And so I was using 150K recently, and so I don't know if that would be in the E6 range. I believe it goes 3, 6, 9, 12. I could be wrong on that. I think every time they added more values, they added 3 more at a time. I could be wrong though. But in any case, in one of these series, they also have 1 and next to 5 next to it. And so that's what that series means. You know, not really important, but if you're wondering what that means, that's all it means is how many values there are. E3 has 3 starting values, and then, you know, you can add or remove zeros, you know, move that decimal point as needed based on the multiplier. So in any case, yeah, if you're just learning about resistors, you learn about the color code, it is probably intimidating, I don't know, but really not a big deal. As I said before, the values are generally listed when you buy them. Just make sure you put them back where you got them or whatever, and you can compare the color on the kit versus what you have. But if you're familiar with this, if it's really important that you know the color code, it's not going to take you very long to pick it up, you know, once you're familiar with it. Once it makes sense, it's pretty easy. Just find a color code. The kit that I'm using is, I don't know where I put it. Yeah, there it is. It has the color code right on it. So if you're looking at buying a kit, these aren't the best resistors, but they were a low price, and there's a lot of different values there. It goes up to, I believe, 10 million. And I'll double check that. It goes up to 10 million, and I think it goes down to 10 ohms or something. Doesn't go as low as I wanted, I don't think. But it does go low, and that may not be the lowest one. Maybe I didn't set them right. But in any case, you know, it comes with the color code right on it. You don't have to look it up. As I said before, you got gold. So gold is the 0.1%, as I said before, and silver is the 0.01%. So it's smaller than the 3 digits, is what it's saying. You move the decimal point to the left, basically, instead of to the right when you're dealing with these. Move it to the left 1 spot, so that would make it tens of ohms. And then with silver, 2 spots, making it a single digit ohm, which, you know, maybe like 1.5 or something, 4.7. Hopefully that makes sense. So again, resistors may be intimidating, so I thought I would do, you know, just a bunch of these simple, you know, videos where we talk about basically one part of the color code. Today it's the hundreds of thousands, the orange, even though I didn't draw anything out for it. And you know, later video I'll probably need a 1,000,000 ohm resistor or something, and afterwards I'll do a resistor color code of the yellow for million. You know, it's basic stuff, but you know, it may be intimidating at first. It shouldn't be. It's simple. You'll pick it up quickly when you need it. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Make sure you check out one of the other videos I posted on the screen, and check out the links down below. They all help out a lot. I'll see you in the next video.